Hello and welcome back to Tekkit. So in today's project episode, what I want to have a look at demonstrating to you is how I am managing my biofuel resources. So we have an ever-increasing list of resources, including two sets of saplings and cactus green, as well as melon seeds and carrots and bone meal and normal seeds. So obviously there is a bit of a concern that eventually we may run low on either carrots or seeds. So what I've set up here are basically a combination of two different things. So in front of a carrot patch, I have placed an autonomous activator with some bone meal in it, set to deploy in the first slot only, and also only when there is obviously a strong redstone signal. I've then got an emitter here that says if we've got only 1,000 carrots left, turn on this activator. And although it's not going to be instant or particularly rapid, for example, if I turn this on now, you'll see that it bone meals the carrots up, and it will sit there, wait for the harvester to collect these carrots, and then it will just basically continue the same process, and it will just increase the speed at which we are getting some carrots. And the same thing I've done over here for wheat. So I've got another autonomous activator set up facing a wheat field, and again, if we're ever low on seeds, start emitting a signal to feed into here. Now we currently appear to be experiencing huge amounts of fertilization. Oh, because this is not set up correctly. Whoops, my bad. So we're getting loads and loads of resources by mistake. So we've taught my system how to make fertilizer, and I've set this bus here onto move single items or craft. So basically, and obviously then activate only with signal. So if we do have carrots at a low number, I think carrots will be the biggest problem, then it will turn on the fertilizer to be massively rammed full of fertilizer as well. So that should hugely increase my seeds and carrots ratio. That's what carrots are on now. So carrots were on like 2,000 when I did that. I didn't realize I'd done that, so now it's 7,000. So I don't think carrots are going to be an issue. I'm a bit concerned about having a look at what seeds are doing. 9,000. Yeah, so we've solved that problem for a while. I've also got this. This is quite amusing. I was a bit concerned about the nether wart situation, so I set up a very simple. You've got 64 nether wart, set off this siren. So if it ever goes off, I hear an alarm to tell me that there's an issue. But obviously saplings is another key thing. I've been tinkering with different ways of doing it, but I've set up this system here in order to harvest saplings for each of the different types of tree. Now, I've got one more type of tree that I want to decide upon, because it is obviously going to give me then the ability to put the 9 different items into here, which will give me the maximum efficiency, hopefully increasing the yield of the biofuel and reducing the I've already got a harvester, reducing the actual intake of the ingredients, making it obviously even more effective at doing what it does. So all we need for this is a planter and a harvester. We also need an interface. I'll take a pre-configured one, I can just change that, that's fine. We also need a fluid import bus and a export bus times 2. Needs to build some of the components clearly. I also need a autonomous activator, which I don't have auto building. So the autonomous activator is nice and simple. And the export bus is now finished. So we need some. Do I want to do this with jungle saplings or do I want to do it with spruce saplings? I've got lots and lots of jungle wood. I haven't got as much spruce wood. Eeny meeny, miny mo. Have I got a coin handy I could flip? I don't have a coin handy that I could flip. I suppose I could do it for both of them and then just use them differently. Jungle trees, I think spruce saplings tend to have more effective leaves, don't they? We also need to get some bone meal and we'll use the cobblestone. Okay, so I've probably forgotten something. We'll also need to get some more redstone energy conduit just to be sure. Okay, so how I've set these up to automatically, oh, I also need a redstone emitter, but luckily I can get that from my Wi-Fi. What are they called then? Okay, so it should all be all the ingredients that I need in order to build this system. So I'll show you how I've set it up so you can see what it is that I've done. Okay, so we're going to need to cross these over anyway, so put that down to there. We'll bring that through into here. We also need the planter to get powered, so we can put some power to here. So that's going to be the planter one below the surface, isn't it? Okay. So consume stack off, put that in there, and then we need to put something in all the rest of these slots so we don't just drain all of our saplings out here. So that's gone and worked already. So we need to then put our export bus into here and tell it to help us if we don't give all of the saplings. Export the saplings. So I'll keep that full of 64 of them. We're then going to need to put another cable here and the other export bus here, like so. Configure this to export bone meal. That's obviously going to export bone meal into the autonomous activator. Yeah, so bone meal. Let's configure it first so it doesn't cause me too many problems. Okay, so it's not going to have any in it yet because I don't want it to start growing trees and cause me problems. So the harvester will go here, obviously looking at the tree. We can then put an interface on the back and we'll connect it to the side. The reason we connect it to the side is because I want obviously to control this. So I want to turn this off if we have, or I don't have enough saplings, or do have enough saplings. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. So once again, I need a sapling. Okay. So if the saplings are below, so emit when levels are above or equal to the limit. So I should turn that off. Okay. So we also need to put the fluid duct on top. I like having the little little screens. So let's use the Wi-Fi to grab one of those. And they are a storage monitor. Oh, loads of these apparently. So we use the storage monitor to complete the loop. Don't need you to export that. Stop that. We do need to put you in there. Just lock you. So if we configure this with bone meal, we need to turn its access point on, like so. So it should start to fill with bone meal now. That should then hopefully trigger the tree to grow. Or not. Okay. Yes, there we go. So it has triggered the tree to grow. Now we do have a problem I thought I would have, and that's these trees have crossed over. So if we were to turn this off, for example, so what it should do now is cut the tree down. It's probably going to cut that tree down as well. But it should then continue to grow the saplings. So these two close together. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, so I'm going to need to move it over one. That's irritating. At least it works. So the concept works. I've just got to move the whole system over one, which I might be able to do by putting a dirt block there and taking that dirt block away. and then taking that away, and putting it there instead. Don't like how it forgets whatever command it is that I've told it to run. So does that at least now stop it growing next to each other? Yeah, so that solves that problem. So we've now got the ability to do that. That's not an issue. It's not as beautiful as it could be, but it functions correctly. It does the deed. It does what I want it to do. So we now have this to turn this back on, the other way around. Although I don't want to turn it on halfway through a tree. So it should now grow that tree, and it will be waiting. Now bone meal is not a big issue for me because I have thousands of bones and I have the system set up to operate. But this particular type of tree does appear to eat the most bone meal. That's crazy how much bone meal it's eating. Really is. Come on, grow a tree. There we go. So that shouldn't be an issue. We should now have the ability to take my spruce saplings in a reasonable abundance, because we're going to need to do this for both. That should trigger everything into life. And we take these down here, and we'll put one on there. Spruce saplings. Just scale it like that. And now we have maximum efficiency. Excellent. Same for you. Set the alarm off again, apparently. Spruce saplings. And then you in there. And then maximum efficiency. Maximum efficiency, maximum biofuel, maximum awesome. We are sorted. So did that trigger this into life? So it is now collected and growing more trees, collecting and growing more saplings. So it should keep doing this until we get way back above our minimum limit or expected limit. It doesn't appear to be very efficient with the old bone meal though. If I help you with the watering can. So growing a spruce. Why does it think that's an oak sapling? What? Spruce sapling. Oak leaves. Spruce sapling. What the hell went on then? What was that all about? Now the question is, well, I'm guessing we were on 59, so we're now up to 93. Probably should go and put these back in. They're the ones that I'm carrying around with me. And that should now push that over the limit, which will then switch it off. Excellent. Love it when a plan comes together. So we should now be producing more and more and more biofuel. So 271 buckets. So I can get myself back into my reactor room. And I've already expanded it because of the situation I found myself in, but I can expand it to the absolute limit. So I need to make 4 more fluid export buses, configure them to export biofuel, and put in the remaining reactors. And then my biofuel reactor room will be finished, and I'll be pumping out huge amounts of energy, and it's all excellent. Righty ho. Well, I hope you enjoyed the automation episode where I explain how I've automated my biofuel and made it all safe. And yeah, I will see you again shortly for another episode. Bye for now, guys.